Okay, so we're looking Ain't Nobody, Chaka Khan. This is an awesome tune. And I hear there's dispute here about how many bass drums are in there and what's going on there. But let's be honest about this. This track, there's different little things in there. I don't know, I wasn't there, but my understanding is this wasn't recorded as one drum part anyway. And by the way, that's not cheating. That's really hard to do that. I've done tracks like that because you can isolate parts, or you can have a synthetic hi-hat on there and put a real kick, or vice versa, or whatever. I actually find it much more of a struggle to play some parts of a groove, or if you hear, I don't know, some of Dave Grohl on Queens of the Stone Age, where he did the cymbal parts and the drum parts separately. Trying to do that and make it all work together is a lot harder than just getting down and playing in a natural way. So if I ever see anyone kind of going, oh, that's cheating, I think, well, it's not cheating. It's a studio technique where you can get much better isolation of the instruments and then process them in a different way without having bleed from all the other instruments. Or you can bring in programmed elements. And actually, it's really hard to do. And it's a really good skill of a session drummer when they're able to do that. So if it was done that way, which I think it was, then that doesn't take anything away from JR. Plus, you can see him playing this song in clinics and things. And I've seen him in an old video. You can find an old video of him playing it, and he'll put 3 bass drums in as the bar loops around. We're about to learn this bar. But if you actually go and listen to the track, I'm not hearing that. There is a bass, there's that kind of synthy bass guitar thing in there as well. So sometimes you might hear a low note and think it's a kick drum. But I'm not hearing it. Those kicks are pretty slamming, and where I'm picking them out, that's what's written on the sheet music. I'll grab the sheet music below as well if you haven't got it. Where I'm hearing those kicks is what you see written here, all right? But if you want to add the extra kick, if you think it's there and you want to add it on the verse or the chorus, feel free. Do what you want, And if you go and listen to this track being played over the years, either with Chaka Khan or other cover versions of this, a lot of people don't play this original groove because it's hard and they might not feel it's necessary. But I think it is necessary because it's such a cool groove. So let's get down to this, and we're going to learn. So we're looking at that verse one, the verse bar first, and all I want to look at first is the hands. So let's forget about the bass drums. Let's forget about those. We're going to look at hands. So this is a 16 beat, hand to hand. So we're going to go right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. And you can see there's an accent on that last note there. So the first 8 notes, 1 E and a, 2 E and a. Then there's a pause. That pause is brilliant. It's genius. I love it. But it's also quite hard to pull off. So it's 1 E and a, 2 E and a. Then we've got a dotted 8th note rest, which lasts for 3/4 of a beat. So your rest lasts for 3 E and then we're going to play on the R. So that next hi-hat is on the R of 3. So 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a. And what you want to do there is play that note with your left hand, because that keeps it in the cycle as if you were playing. If we rest for 3 E and, well, that would have gone right, left, right, then the out would have been on your left. So we're sticking to that pattern. And by playing that hi-hat with your left, the next note on the snare can be back on the right, which is where we want it. So 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a, 4 E and a, right, left, 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 1 E and 2 E and a, 3 E and a, 4 E and a. Have a look on the kit. Take note of the sticking that I just talked about. Okay, so if you got that down with the hands, the next part's going to be easy. We're just going to add those accents in there. So you can see an accent at the beginning with the right hand. Obviously the snare is a big accent. Then we're just accenting that left hand on the R. So 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a, 4 E and a. And again, beat 4 on the snare is another, and it's a natural accent. That's the backbeat. So the main one to focus on, I put one at the beginning, and then it's that of beat 2 where we stop, that last note before the pause. Check it out. All right, so last stage of this verse groove. If you're happy with the hands, if you've got those down, this isn't going to be that hard. We're going to add the bass drums, that's it. And they just emphasise, the whole groove's kind of emphasising in a really nice way that flows with the song. So we're starting with a 1E, so that can be quite tricky. And don't forget, your hands are going 1E as right left, so your kick's going to fit in with right left. So make sure that that's locking in, that right foot's locking in with your right, then your left. So then 1E and a 2E and ah. So bass drum on the R. So that's going to be with a left hand hi-hat locking in with your kick. And that can be deceptively hard to lock those kicks in with a left hand. Our brain likes the right working together in the left. So a kick and a right hand is easy. That's natural. Kick in a left hand can catch you out. So get that tight. And then our next bass drum is going to be on the next left hand hi-hat, which is after the pause when we come back in on the of 3. So 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a. So that's another left hand there. Then we're going to play snare with the right hand. Then the final kick is coming in with that left hand straight after the snare. So 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a. Okay, so then when we move to the chorus of this same song, it gets even better in my opinion. This time there's no pauses, so that's easy. Really nice accent on beat 3. Basic thing to do, but look, it falls nicely on beat 3 straight after you've emphasised the 2E and A. So it comes after the bass drum before it. I just like, it's just nice. It's a nice, it's got anchors that note. So it's all the way, right, left, right, left, right, left. It's just a 16-beat disco style hand pattern. But a really cool thing, which is also tricky, is beat 4, after you've played the snare with your right hand, we're going to do an open hi-hat on the E, which is the left hand. Then we're going to close it on the and. Then we're going to open it again on the R with the left hand. So going. So it's this really nice syncopated 2 openings right at the end. Hard to do with the kind of precision that John Robinson has, you know, and at tempo, 104 BPM, not really quick tempo, but when you start trying to play this kind of intricacy, that open and close, it's tricky. So go slow. Don't just kind of go, yeah, I've kind of got it, move on. Have you really got it? Have you got it to JR level? Have you got it so that in the studio, you know, that would be acceptable? That it's that precise, it's that good, that they go, yeah, that's the take, cool, let's move on. Because if you haven't got it to that level, you haven't got it. So practice it more, focus on the left foot, opening the hats and the timing of where you're hitting those openings, where you're hitting it on the hat. Is it a nice clean opening, or are you just crashing on the edge of the hat and it's a big trashy mess? Think about the sound here. Is it as perfect as it can be? So get that nice and slow with that type of precision. Okay, and the final stage here is adding the bass drums in, and actually they're the same kick pattern as we did in the verse. So in a way that's going to be easy because you've already done that. But now you just have to navigate at the end the open hats with the kick. So because your feet have got there's a bit of gymnastics going on there. So you're going to hit the snare with your right hand, then you're going to open the hi-hat with your left foot. This represents your left foot. Comes up to open the hi-hat, but your right foot on the bass is going down. So the feet are going right foot down, left foot up. Then on the and, left foot goes down to close. Then your left foot comes back up on the to open. But then think about as it loops round, the first note is going to be a closed hi-hat and a bass drum. So both feet go down together. So they're doing a bit of this. That doesn't help at all, does it? But there's something to really work out there on a sort of mechanical level of the foot movements, the choreography of that, whilst the hands play over the top. And really, the hands don't need to change anything. They just keep playing right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. It's all happening with the feet. But again, it's that precision, getting that to really lock in. Now, if you've got that down, then well done, because that's not easy. And I've never played it and thought, yeah, that's as good as JR. And I don't know how old he was when he knocked this out, but he probably, I don't know, early 20s or mid 20s or something, maybe, I'm guessing. I've got a feeling he was young, early 20s when he did Off the Wall. That's just from memory. And that was 79. This is 83. So, you know, pretty still in his 20s. So I don't think I've ever played it and thought, yeah, that's as good as JR. So it's one to aim for me. But yeah, get that precision. If you think you're there already, then I alluded to this extra bass drum I've heard people talk about. I've seen JR play it like that in a clinic setting, but I don't think it does this on the track. I don't. But I can hear a synthy bass guitar note there. I don't think the kick does it. Maybe you do, maybe you do. But if you want to get it down because you think that's what happens in the track, or just because you like to challenge yourself, then that extra kick would actually come in on the of beat 4 with that last open hi-hat. And then as you loop back round, you start the bar with 2, so you get a boom, boom, boom as it loops. So I'll play you that as well. I'll play you that as well so you can hear it, but what's written is not that, because I don't think it's there. But you can hear in the way I'm saying it a lot, and the way I'm saying it tells you that maybe maybe there's room for doubt. But I've listened to it quite a bit, and I don't think there is. Okay, but here it is on the kit. I'll play it slow, I'll speed it up, and I'll also share it with that extra bass in there. I hope you enjoyed that. This was a classic John Robinson drum groove. If you want to stay in touch with Untitled Drummer, hit subscribe so you don't miss any more videos in the future.